Have you ever wondered why the wealthiest people don't always make the best financial advisors? Well, this is the $1,000,000 question that we are going to be discussing today in our financial freedom video, so stay locked in. Hi, my name is Carson Graves, certified financial planner and president and CEO of the Retirement Education Center.
And my name is Andrea Graves, Director of Operations at the Retirement Education Center. For additional concepts on how to maximize your retirement, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the notification bell to be notified when we upload new videos. We want to welcome you back to our channel. Well, today, Carson, you're going to be discussing a provocative question of why rich people aren't the only ones you should be taking financial advice from.
Yeah, I know this seems very provocative, right? Because you know, Andrea, that we've all heard floating around on the internet, or maybe even in our own circles, of people saying things like, if you want to be rich, do this, or you should be doing what the billionaires are doing. But what if the strategies of those types of people are not the same strategies that the average person will need in order to have long-term financial success? Well, stay tuned to this video because we are going to explore this a bit more. And by the end of this video, you might think differently about getting advice from wealthy people. But before we get into that, there are 2 rules to retirement income that we like to give you. And Andrew, what are those 2 rules?
Well, rule number 1 is to never run out of money, and rule number 2 is to never forget rule number 1.
All right, so let's go ahead and jump into our lesson today to talk about why wealthy people may not make the best financial advisors.
All right, so Carson, why would someone who's built immense wealth not necessarily be the best person to provide financial advice to you?
Yeah, it sounds counterintuitive, right?
Right.
But when it comes to people who have built a lot of wealth, Andrea, a lot of times that wealth has come from a very different approach, and it's not one that most average people can actually take. And it's one that doesn't always align with the average person's financial goals. So in this video, I am going to highlight several reasons why the wealthiest people do not always make the best financial advisors. And make sure that you do stick around to the end because I am going to provide you with 6 qualities that you need to be looking for when it comes to getting the right financial advisor for you. Okay, so let's go ahead now and transition over to our teaching slides and take a deeper dive into this topic. So let's go ahead and jump into the first reason why rich people may not be the best financial advisors. First of all, many rich people do have different realities than the rest of us. Rich people have access to resources that most of us don't. They can hire the best financial advisors. Rich people can also invest in exclusive opportunities and take on risks that would really intimidate the average person. When you are actually rich, your journey is going to look different from the average person. For example, if you're just starting out in your career or you're building a family, your financial priorities are going to look completely different than someone who's already made millions. For the average person, it's usually about managing their debt, saving for emergencies, and budgeting effectively, and also planning for their retirement. But when we're talking about wealthy people, they're looking at a totally different landscape. They're looking at tax strategies, wealth preservation, and how to diversify a portfolio that may already have millions of dollars in it. Number 2 is that the advice for rich people and the advice for the average person is also a bit different. Rich people might have great advice when it comes to growing and protecting their wealth, but the advice they give doesn't always work for the average person. So let's talk about this just a bit. How does a rich typically invest? Rich people are going to typically invest in things like real estate, stocks, or maybe even a business. But when you're talking about the average individual, they may have limited capital or live in areas where real estate is really not a great investment opportunity. In that particular case, getting financial advice from someone who's been in your shoes might be a lot more valuable. And of course, the advice that you receive could be a lot more relatable and more down to earth and more practical for people who are just starting out on their journey. Another major flashpoint is that not all rich people have the best money habits. Now, just because someone has a lot of money doesn't mean that they've got a great financial system in place. It is very common to know that many wealthy people get rich by taking on a huge amount of risk, or they make big bets that can many times fail. When you do hear about someone hitting it big, it is very possible that they had access to inside information. They could have also inherited that wealth, or maybe they had a streak of good luck on their side. But it absolutely does not mean that they have great financial habits or wisdom to share with you. Some of the richest people in the world carry a massive amount of debt. They have risky investments also that could backfire at any moment. Number 4 is that financial advice should match your values and goals. Rich people might tell you to focus on building wealth as quickly as possible. They may have you to take on risk or prioritize getting money over everything else. But the average person may simply be focused on just financial freedom, maybe just trying to understand how they can have an early retirement or securing their safety net for their family. You might not want to take on a big amount of risk or chase after the latest get rich quick schemes. Financial success to you could simply mean just living within your means and focusing on the simple pleasures in life. Finally, I wanted you to stick around to the end because I really wanted to provide you with 6 qualities that you should look for in a financial advisor to make sure that you're going to be getting the best advice for you. The first quality that you need to see in a financial advisor is if they are a fiduciary or not. Because when you carry a fiduciary responsibility, that means that that person is legally and morally obligated to look out for your best interests, not just sell you products. Number 2, it is important to know that your financial advisor has maybe had some experience with your particular financial situation. Advisors who have experience working with people who are similar will typically be able to outline the best financial plan for you. Number 3, you absolutely want to make sure that your financial advisor is taking a holistic approach to your retirement goals. The best financial advisors, they are going to consider the whole financial picture, not just investments. They're going to look at your long-term care needs. They're going to look at your life insurance needs. They're going to be evaluating your debt and your expenses to make sure that you can continue to save and build up an emergency fund so you don't have to tap into your investments. They're going to be making sure that you have enough income. They're going to be looking at tax strategies. This is a holistic approach that you must have if you're trying to get the best financial advice for yourself. Number 4 is that your financial advisor should be able to clearly communicate and educate you, not just sell you products, but of course, educate you. A good financial advisor is going to help you understand the why and how of their recommendations. Number 5, your advisor should, of course, be taking a long-term focus with you. If you have a good advisor, they're going to be planning for the long term, not just short-term blips in the marketplace. They're going to be helping you balance your growth and your risk tolerance and help you stabilize your retirement savings over time. And number 6, most importantly, is that your financial advisor should be able to provide transparency. When we're talking about transparency, we're saying that that advisor should be able to provide you with their upfront fees and how they're compensated so you can avoid any hidden surprises and also make sure there are no conflict of interest when they're giving you recommendations.
All right, Carson, so what's the moral of this video?
Yeah, the moral of this video is that learning from people, Andrea, at different levels will allow you to get a wider perspective of how money works and how you can make money work for you. Sometimes the best lessons don't always come from the rich, but everyday people who are on similar journeys or have been through the same challenges as you. But as always, you should speak to a certified financial planner in your area who can help you scope out these ideas and help you build a financial plan that's going to be suited for you.
After this video, please check out our other videos that will give you tips on how to maximize your retirement. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and share it with a friend. Thanks for watching, and remember, if you have questions,
we have answers. Please note that these videos are created for educational purposes only, and that you should always seek out your own financial advisor, your own tax advisor, and your own attorney regarding your personal situation. Also, if you are looking for an independent fiduciary advisor to help you with these types of complex financial matters, we highly recommend that you utilize the links in our description below and go ahead and schedule a 1-hour free consultation with us today.